Hey guys, what is up? My name is Dabe, and this video is going to be very different from everything else I will ever post on my channel. This is kind of an explanation video. It's a story time video, if you will, and in the background you're going to actually see footage of before I got hacked from my Twisted Bow. This isn't the live stream. This is actually before I ever streamed with it, before I got hacked. The few hours I actually had the bow and was really enjoying it, so it's obviously pre-nerf as well. The reason I'm making this video is because I really don't feel like it belongs in the finale of the rebuild. I really don't feel like it belongs in any other video. I feel like it should be its own thing because this is a story and needs to be explained for those of you who don't understand it. So I'm not going to try and, beat around the bush here. I'm just going to get straight to the point. What happened was I didn't have enough money for the Twisted Bow when it first came out, and I didn't want to sell anything in my bank. Obviously, I'd already sold off most of my bank to get it, and that was already kind of crazy for me, and I was willing to do it, but then I got to the point where I basically only had a few items left, one of them being my Ellie, and I couldn't yet afford the Twisted Bow. I thought, you know what, I'm at almost 1 bill-ish, give or take. I'm pretty sure it was around that, at least, and I don't know what the bow's going to go for because this was a couple days or day of release, and I still hadn't had the bow, mainly because there were only 2 or 3 in game at the time that I originally started trying to buy it. So I didn't want to sell my Ellie because that was a really defining characteristic of my channel. I've had that Ellie for years. In case you guys weren't aware, I did a series a long time ago that really did spark my channel called Ellie vs. Everything. It was basically a self-sufficient series revolving around the idea of using an Elijah and Spirit Shield, but playing kind of like an Iron Man. Basically like an extreme from scratch kind of thing. And I didn't want to sell it for that reason. I had it for a long time. I actually had it since before the Grand Exchange even existed. So since I had the Ellie for so long, it was partially because I thought it was cool and partially because of sentimental value that I really didn't want to sell it. So I was kind of at this weird crossroads where I didn't want to sell my Ellie, but I was really close to being able to afford the bow. Now, what ended up happening is I was about 400 mil away from buying the bow. At the time, we didn't really know the price of the bow because there's only like 3 or 4 in game, whatever. And when I ended up getting it, I was the 6th person to actually own the bow. And my friend said, you know what, I have this extra 200 mil, I'm not playing much right now, and I need to learn Zulrah anyway, so I have Zulrah gear. Do you want to take this extra money off my account and pay me back whenever? Naturally, I said no, because I'm not really comfortable with that idea. However, he insisted after the course of about 45 minutes of constantly saying basically a whole yes, no argument, he eventually insisted that if I won a coin toss, I would have to take the money and pay him back whenever I could pay him back. So he won the coin toss, and long story short, his 200 mil ended up on my account. Now, this is the part where people are probably going to get really upset because I know a lot of people have their opinions developed about me and think whatever they think about the situation. But I ended up having to sell my Elijah and Spirit Shield anyway because I figured, okay, even if I can get the bow, I'm still going to need rigor to make it function as optimally as it can. So I said, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to sell my Ellie. This was about 5 or 6 hours after he lent his money to me, and I sold my Ellie for about 650 mil at the time. I know, crazy, because Ellie's like 350 right now at the time of me recording this video anyway. And I bought the bow, and I bought Rigor, or a Prayer Scroll. This is before the Prayer Scrolls were even split, before the drop rates were increased. Like I said, really early on. And I ended up not using his 200 mil. However, this was already 1 in the morning, so he was no longer online, obviously. And when I woke up the next day, I was so excited to use the bow that it was, I think, 8 in the morning when I started my live stream, maybe 9 in the morning when I started my live stream. So he wasn't online. I was holding onto his money with the intention of paying it back, obviously, because I didn't use it, but he wasn't online, so I couldn't do that. So I didn't make this video to talk about the whole my account got recovered shit again, because I've already talked about that. It's in the past. What happens, happens. And whatever people have developed, like whatever opinions people have developed about me, I'm not going to be able to change no matter what I say. So there are always going to be people who think I real world traded. There are always going to be people who think I did this for publicity, whatever. If you think that, I'm not going to be able to change your opinion. I don't know why you're on my channel in the first place. But to those of you who understand the actual situation and understand that I wouldn't do that and I'm not the type of person to do that, first of all, thank you for understanding, but I'm going to carry on with the story. When my account got recovered, his money was still on the account. So since they got into my bank, after being on my account for 3 to 4 hours, they got into my bank, they obviously, the first thing they do is they took the cash off the account. Since I wasn't able to pay my friend back at the time, his money was still on the account. Which means that they got his money, and I was left with next to nothing after the hack. Obviously not nothing. You guys have seen the rebuild series. You've seen how far I've come, and you've seen all the money that I've earned back. This entire time, I have kept in contact with Steve, and I've talked to him the whole time saying, hey, look, when do you want me to pay me back? I can pay you back as soon as I get 200 mil. I can pay you back when, XYZ happens. But since Steve understands my situation, and the reason he loaned me the money in the first place was to provide content for my channel. He said, I don't want you to rebuild, pay me back, and then hurt your channel because of that, because I understand that this is your career. So just pay me back whenever I don't need the money, because he still had other stuff in his bank, which he's an amazing person for this. I feel super guilty regardless, even though obviously the situation isn't exactly my fault, it's out of my control. I felt guilty, and I wanted to pay him back as soon as possible. So the whole time I've been doing this rebuild series, I've been trying to find some kind of happy median between where should I stop rebuilding and where should I pay Steve back, because I didn't really know what to do. I decided after a while that it would be time for me to pay him back now because I have rebuilt a certain amount, and a lot of people are saying they don't really feel comfortable with me titling this a rebuild series anymore, which I fully understand. So that's the situation of what happened. I want you guys to know why I waited to pay him back. Obviously, it's because I didn't want to hurt my channel, and Steve, being a very understanding person, wanted me to continue providing content for people. He has supported me for the longest time, and he's such a nice guy that I can't say anything other than thank you, and I'm sorry to him for taking so long to actually pay him back. So I'm going to show the clip now. I'm not going to show his username. I don't think. If I do, it's because he said he was okay with it, but obviously I don't want his account to get hacked. But I'll get on Discord with him so you guys can hear him, and if you've ever been in my live streams, he's in my live streams all the time, as well as my Discord channel. So you can confirm this with him. If you, for whatever reason, think I'm faking it, like I said, I can't change what you guys are going to think of me. There are always going to be people who put this negative stigma behind me, and because of what was said about me in the community, there's always going to be a negative stigma behind my name, and although I would like to get rid of that, there's nothing I can do personally to change that at this point. One more thing I want to address that I feel like people are going to mention in the comment section is, Dave, I thought you said you didn't take donations. And here's the reason why. Because I've never really taken them in the past, and the one time I do, something like this happens, and I felt super fucking guilty about it. So I don't want to ever put anyone else or myself in that situation by taking someone else's currency, even with the intention of paying them back, which obviously is why I'm making this video, to show you guys that yes, I did in fact pay my friend back, and this story needed to be told, so a lot of you guys who aren't in my live streams or haven't heard this understand exactly why I'm doing this. I don't want to take the risk of having this ever happen again to anyone. I don't want someone to say, hey Dave, there's this cool new thing coming out, here's a couple mil so you can go and buy it. I don't want to take that risk. I don't want to have people, or like further the belief that people think I'm a real world trader. I don't want to encourage that. Obviously, I know that I didn't do it, and other people are always going to think that. Like I said, I know that a lot of people will never change their opinions of me. I'm always going to be looked at negatively by a lot of the community. There's nothing I can do about that. But I want to at least show you guys that I'm paying back my friend for the money that he gave to me, and explain this is the reason why I don't take donations. I don't want to take this kind of risk anymore. I just wanted to get the recording giving you the money back. Do you want me to hide your account name, or?
I mean, well, you mean like my login name?
No, like I'm gonna be trading with you, genius.
Oh no, I don't. I mean, I don't think anyone can hack me, because like this, like there's no way in hell anyone could ever guess my account name.
I'm just asking, and the reason I wanted you in Discord is because, you know, there's always gonna be people who think that I like am just trading it to my second account. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll leave my private open, and I'll tell them to follow me on YouTube at youtube.com/Dabe.
You can just comment on the video. I'm probably going to upload it pretty soon. I just wanted to confirm with you that everything's good.
Just write, thanks for the money, sucker, raw SD.
I just wanted, you know, like, I just wanted it to be like confirmation, so that people know that you did in fact lend me the money. And yeah. I am now paying you back for it. So
that's cool, man. It's up to you.
I'm at the GE right now. If you want me to just trade to you, and you're okay with me. You're okay with me showing your username, right? Yeah.
I can't get into your big boy world.
I switched to your world.
Oh, okay. I've been trying, dude. I actually counted it. I've got 221 levels, total levels, since I gave you the money.
That's actually really good, considering it's only been like 7 weeks.
Yeah, man, power grinding, man.
All right, so you're okay with me showing your name then?
Like, what do you mean my name? Like my full name?
No, like you're in like the
yeah.
RuneScape.
I mean, is there any risk in it? Is there a reason I shouldn't be doing it?
I don't know if there is or not.
Dude, you look ugly as shit.
Yeah, leave me alone. Fuck you.
Dude, you better get dressed up for the video, man. Come
No,
on.
just take your damn money back. Fuck you.
Jeez.
Real friends insult each other. So he runs away.
I had to get my prayer book out. Had
Oh,
to complete
okay.
the outfit.
You want me to make mine look real good? All right, so I'm trading you the money back. 213 mil.
Whoa, what do I do with that shit?
Just use it on the banker and turns it back into coins.
Alright.
Oh, dang. This is a real good trade here. This is
I was
you,
going for
right?
the hard diaries.
Yeah?
Yes, this is me.
100%?
Trading
100%.
with Dabe.
Trade-
Not to be confused with Dabe.
Of course. This is you? Okay. Alright, well, I appreciate it, man. I'm sorry for how long it took paying you back. I'm sure you understand the situation, and I appreciate you
It's
being...
all good, man.
Appreciate you
I
being
got the
so
beaver.
understanding. Yeah, you got a beaver because of it, so I mean, you know, who's
Yeah,
the real winner
and I
here?
got into diamond. I got into diamond in Overwatch. It's quite the achievement.
Alright,
I'm
well,
not even lying. Like for my first season.
I appreciate it. I'm just gonna throw this in the video. You're okay with that? You're okay with me showing your username and your voice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, how are you gonna hide my voice?
I'm not gonna hide your voice.
I mean, but you said like.
I
you're okay
could,
with me showing my voice.
if you would like me to.
Can you make me all like muffled and muscular?
That'd be
Is that
really,
appreciated?
really difficult. Are you okay with it though?
Yeah.
Alright, I appreciate it, man.